Hi everybody, it's Christine Bertram. I'm coming to you live from the Hive on Monday. It's December 5th. We have an ad hoc class for you guys today. It's going to be a Blue Christmas card class, and it's not my normal time, but it kind of is because I usually do Let's Just Stamp Mondays at 1, and that class is actually next week Monday at 1. Hi Linda Hunt, hi Donna Grushke, hi Mary Lemke, hi Cindy Hutchings. I bet we're going to have a small crew watching along today, and I'm like, where? Did I even bring my phone out here? I think I did. Somebody call me. Okay, did I leave my phone in the house? I might have. I'm like, oh, I know it's been a whirlwind like it always is, right? So, somebody call me. Mary Lemke, you have my phone number. Give me a call real quick. If it rings and I don't hear it, that means that it's in the house. And I may go grab it. So, oh man. I thought I was all set. And I was even just like a minute after the fact. So I was okay. So, whew, all right, you guys, it was a busy morning already. Hi, Barbara Godby. Hi, Dorel Hoffaker from California. Busy morning already, you guys. It's nothing like a crazy Monday morning. I am very proud of myself. For those of you who are taking the He's the Man class, that is actually online on Thursday night, and it's in person on Wednesday night. Hi, Ann Bellinger. Hi, Sandy Wicklander. Hi, Catherine Healy. It's also in person on Saturday. I left those cards in the house too, and I thought about it about a minute before I went live. I'm like, oh, should I go get them or not? I'm like, I don't know. But I'm very happy because I wrote the tutorial for that already. So for the whole group of you that signed up for that class, you got that PDF tutorial in your inbox like 2 hours ago. Woohoo! Hi, Melanie Foy. Hi, Penny Powell. Hi, Party Patty. If Mary Lemke, if you tell me that you tried calling and I don't hear it ring, I might just go grab it because I love to watch the comments in both places. It's ringing. Okay. Hi, Sally Krat. If this is your first time, I don't normally leave my phone in my house. So thank you for trying to call me, Mary. That means I think I have it on the charger because I thought, I better have it charged for class. So I think what I'll do is I will go grab the He's the Man. So you guys, and you got your voicemail. Oh, Barbara tried calling too. Thanks, Barbara. Hi, Sherry Martin. Oh, you guys, I feel like I was all ready to go, except for I didn't have my phone here. So I'm going to flip the camera down, and I'm going to run over to my house. It's going to take me 30 seconds. Or maybe 45. I'm not quite sure how fast I run. But I'm going to flip my camera down and I'm going to show you some beautiful Happy Mail that I got. So you guys can start studying my Happy Mail to see if you like any cards for inspiration. You can always take a screenshot. So let me flip my camera down. For Sally, if you're new to me. Hi, Francis Rodriguez. I don't normally forget my stuff in the house and have to go run and get it. Hi, Kathy Jackson from Iola, Wisconsin. Just know that there's pretty cards to look at here when I flip the camera down. All right, you guys, I'm on my way. Ta-da-da! Guess who's calling? Somebody else. So let's decline that real quick, you guys. I found it. It was right by the sink, right where I left it. Mary Lemke, you tried twice. Thank you so much. My mom tried calling too. Woohoo, you guys. All right, so let's get this YouTube video. So while we're pulling up the YouTube video, I can check comments with you guys. There is a thumbs up that you can do. So when you click on the video, whoa, Don't forget to do the thumbs up, which is right there. Perfect. Okay, so now we're in business. Yay. Life is back to normal, I think. Hi, Gwen Petrashek. Woohoo. Hi, Linda Kester. All right. So, have you guys been studying these beautiful cards? This one came to me from Tracy Sorge from Brillion, Wisconsin. She is signed up and registered for the Winter Creative Escape. She sent me this beautiful card. This was with the hand-penned designer paper. And then the Amazing Silhouettes is what's on the label here. And it says, for a true friend, yay. This one right here is from Jennifer Merle Hampshire. Thank you, with all my heart. I love how it opens up and then that's on the inside. So thank you for your thank you card, Jennifer. So that's from Jennifer. And then here's a Christmas card. And this one is from Darrell. Yay, Darrell. You're watching and you get to see your card. I love it. The Painted Christmas designer series paper. She pulled in some fitting florets. I believe that die is from the fitting florets. And I think I know that is because it's the same as that one. It's like in the die set. She pulled in some of the, I don't remember the name. It was like boughs of something. It was like the bough set from last year, or it was in the annual catalog last year. Look at that. I bet you any money, Darrell, that you cut this frame out of the outline here so that you weren't using more designer or more glimmer paper. On the inside, she has a little strip of designer series paper. Very pretty Christmas card, Darrell. This one is from Laura Sullivan, and I loved that tree. I have that stamp set yet. She did some silver embossing, added a little scallop lace along the edge here. When you open it, you can see that scalloped edge. And then she did a good job stamping that sentiment right in that bottom right corner. So it's pretty with the blue. This would be perfect for the blue Christmas class that we're doing today. So thank you to both of you. This one is from Pat Gellings. Pat Gellings is a customer of mine, and she sent me a Happy Holidays card here. Oh, Christmas tree. This was that medley from a couple years ago that they had. So very cool. Thanks for sharing, Linda Hunt. I appreciate it so much. That label, I think, was also part of that. A little stitch rectangle, and this had some stickers in it, and that's where those trees come from. Very pretty card, Pat Gellings. Yay. And she wrote here, keep warm. So she's a snowbird. She goes down south for the winter, and she leaves us here in the cold. This one is from Anne Ballinger. She's also signed up and registered for the Winter Creative Escape. She used some Sun Prince designer paper. I love that she used the designer paper for the teacup. And then you don't have to stamp it. You don't have to do anything to it. And she has it all on a little tag using some of the layering vellum. And then some linen thread. Okay, so I'll have to let you in on a secret. I had this card on my chair where I've been working in the house to spend more time with the little kittens, and this card was on the chair, and my little boy cat, he finds everything to get into, and he found this string right here, and he started playing with it, and I shoot him away really quick. I was like, get off my card. But they find everything, those little kittens do. So that's the inside, and then this one is a swap card. Hi, Mary Schreiber. Thanks for sharing it on Facebook. I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys, I did create a post right on Facebook, so you can always share from Facebook when you are in there. So this is a swap card from, it's from Lori Mueller, or Miller. She's part of a swap group that I'm in, and so it was using the fitting florets. And look at that. It's one of those cards that sits up like that. And then it's got some designer paper all the way around, a little spot to write a note. And then she's got the circles that go on there like that. And it sets up like that. This is a perfect fun fold. I love it. Hi, Stacy Burns. So that is going to be case for a future fun fold someday. We've got lots of fun fold classes coming up for you guys. There are, in fact, 3 fun fold classes in the year 2023 that are already set on the calendar. Thank you for this happy mail. They are, you guys, if you want to know where to find my class schedule, it just was published yesterday. If you are new to me or you don't know this is always helpful. If you go to my website, which is cardsbychrisb.com, and you go to my section that's called blog and news. It's the very top one here. It says blog and news. And then you want to go to newsletters and files. So this is hot off the press, you guys. For those people who like short-term notifications or know what's going on in the short term, go for the first file. It's January through April. If you are a long-term planner like me, go for the 2023 schedule, okay? So both of those are PDF documents, and they have my listing of classes that are basically for next year. And you guys, I changed the host code this morning. So in case you're wondering, there is a new host code, which can also be found right on that website, thecardsbychrisb.com. It's underneath. If you go to the events calendar, you can see that underneath it on your phone, there's a picture of me, and then there's a host code. So anytime you use the host code, you can get classes for free if you use have the minimum amount, which is $45. Now, if you're looking at, I like the circles to anchor the oval. Yeah, that's perfect for anchoring them. I definitely agree, Melanie. If you guys are looking ahead to my calendar, I did spend some time late last night and early this morning working on things. So I've gotten a start. All the mystery card nights, all the Let's Just stamps, and all the ink, paper, scissors are on my calendar throughout the whole year. So if you go and toggle through, it looks pretty empty. But just know that I'm starting to piecemeal things in here. It took a little bit to get through all those classes. The next thing I'll do is add all the monthly classes, all of the suite classes. So then when you're looking through my calendar, you'll be able to see things. And at the moment though, like here's mystery card night. You won't see pictures, you guys. None of the cards are designed, right? But I'm creating the events and putting the names of the titles if I can. But you will always see the cards under construction until the cards are designed. Once the cards are designed and photographed, then I can go and add the cover photo. But this at least gives you some visibility to what classes are coming up to kind of help you prep and plan. If you, like I have the bundle suite classes that I always do, or if you get it from me for your specific registration for that class, you get the free gift. I'm still doing that. So lots of stuff, and there's a lot coming up, you guys. There's the 5th is right here. We have everything every day, including the 9th, which is craft roulette. I don't have it on my calendar, but we have craft roulette, you guys, on Friday night at 6:30 with Mary Gunn. And then 5 days next week, and then I take a little bit lighter of a load in December. So just so you guys know that that's where that is. If you ever need my contact information, it's here. If you want to receive emails from me, make sure to put your email address in there so that you get notifications from me. So I thought I'd share that with you. I've been getting the question, what's coming up in January? I'm waiting to sign up for classes until I see what's coming up in January. So you guys, it was needing to get published, and I haven't had a moment to otherwise tell you guys that it's out there. So I thought I'd share that. I will also be sending an email. So if you sign up to get emails from me, you would be getting an email that will say, hey, here's the link for the schedule. I will be printing out schedules, and I will try to be including them. My plan is to put them in Christmas cards this year. So yay to that. Christmas cards will be coming soon. But if you want to get your own paper copy and print it out at home, you can do that for now. We had the holiday open house yesterday, you guys. I have one more tonight. 25 people showed up. Yay. And I would like I think 19 of them all at one time. Wow. I literally pulled the tables apart and brought my folding chairs in, and we had 19 people sitting at one time, all doing the same make and take, which was pretty cool. And I honestly, I couldn't even find my samples. I made 4 tags. So it's 4 tags, and I can't even so basically I was explaining things to people and what they needed to do. And then finally one person finished, and then I got to show everybody, yay, this is what you need to do. So those who had written an email to me or texted me or communicated with me and actually signed up for the holiday open house, if you were not local, you had to message me. And you are getting make and takes from me. I think about, if I'm not mistaken, I had 40 people. 40 people reached out to me to ask me to sign up for the make and takes. It's too late. I don't have any left. So if you missed it, I'm so sorry. But I had 29 people actually that signed up. And Gwen Petrashek, you were the last one. I had one left for you on Friday. So So you lucky duck, you got the last one. Basically, I have 4 tags that we made using the Lights Aglow Designer Series paper and the gold ribbon, and people make tags. So for those of you, the 29 of you, though, what am I going to do to show you your tags, right? Because I didn't photograph them. I didn't do anything besides make them and lose them. So I have 1 set left that I say for myself to do for an online class. It's going to be ad hoc, impromptu, and I can't tell you exactly when, but it's got to be soon because you guys got your tags. Some of you have probably got them in your mail. I was able to mail them with packages over the last week, or if all I needed to send you was your tags, you got an envelope in the mail, like a thin little envelope. So yeah, and for those of you who had packages, I could throw in, my mom had made spritz cookies for the event yesterday, and I had some left over. And so some of you that had packages of class that had gotten class cards from me, I was able to slip a little thing of cookies in with your package. And spritz cookies are my favorite, Mary. I'm glad you like them. I can remember from a little child on that I've always loved the almond extract on anything, especially a stays on ink pad, you guys. And so spritz cookies, I went up by my mom and I helped make them. We have one of those Pampered Chef tube things where you squeeze it and then there's a disc at the end and it makes a heart, or it makes a wreath, it makes whatever, right? And so we made red, white, and green cookies out of the spritz tuber. So yay! So Deb likes them too. So yeah, so not everybody that got kits from me for Make and Take Open House got cookies. The Make and Takes were a solid thing that if you signed up, you got the Make and Takes, but I was able to add some to packages where people had card kits going out. So it wasn't extra shipping. So yay! Okay. So that's a little bit about the open house, you guys. So stay tuned. I will be doing a live, and I think I'm going to couple that live with some swap cards that I need to share with you. I had every intention of doing a live last week with you guys on Wednesday to do swap cards, but with Naughty Nancy's passing, it took a toll on me, and it took a toll on the team, and it was a lot of planning and organizing what we did. And on top of kidding, I didn't have it in me. I think I cried more like last week than I think I've cried in a long time. So I didn't have it in me, but I have it that I need to get, go through these swap cards with you guys. So, Sandy got her cookies as well. So, it's been a bad year. I just found 4 unopened purple padded envelopes, Penny Powell, while your sister passed away. And so it is very understandable why you have some unopened purple padded envelopes. So in time, you will work on those cards and you will have some beautiful cards. And I know that you have a solid reason. So it's hard. Life gets hard, you guys. Life happens, right? And so I just don't want the paper pumpkin pile up, right? 4 is one thing, right? But don't have like 20 purple envelopes. Like, we all go through different things, and sometimes we lose mojo, sometimes we lose our creative itch. But just know that it'll always be there for when somebody's ready to pick it up. And, you might lose something. It happened with, when Brenda Wood passed away and her sister, Jeannie was having, it's hard. It's hard to find your mojo when you have the person that you always used to stamp with or spend time with. Your mind is just not always there. And it could take a year, it could take 6 months, it could take 2 days, whatever it takes. It's always on that person how long you need to get back into the spirit. So, and it's hard, especially now with the holidays upon us, when you lose loved ones at Christmas time and Thanksgiving, and then you miss them even more. So, oh man. So, you guys can see that there's some flowers back there on the table, and then there's another floral arrangement right there, that one. So Naughty Nancy's daughter and husband stopped by yesterday, and they dropped off a few of the floral arrangements, and they wanted us to have them in here so that the team can enjoy them and the people that come through here are able to enjoy them. So, oh yes. So yeah, it's always hard, you guys. It is, but it's a part of life. It really is. So that's a little bit about everything that I've got coming up for you guys. Oh yeah, so Penny Powell, I hope you got the purple envelope. We had 3 cards that were in the back end of one of your card classes because people had mailed cards to me for you. So hopefully you got that one opened. So, all right, so we're going to be doing the Blue Christmas card class with you guys today. I'm going to flip down real quick and just show you, because I might forget to do it later. I'm going to show you what's coming up on Thursday night. It's the He's the Man class. I don't have any kits left, you guys. So I went through, and the class loyalty program for the online folks, I was able to figure out who's earned free classes, because with every 10 classes, and yes, yeah, Mary, you're 80. Congratulations on reaching 80. That's awesome. You guys, my grandma's 96 and a half. So, yeah, I mean, it's not all pretty smelly, pretty fragrant roses. Like, life has ups and downs. It really does. So I don't have any of the He's the Man left, but I will have the tutorial in my online store Thursday night or Friday morning, so you can always get the tutorial. But I was doing a class loyalty program, and I will do it again in the new year. So for my online peeps, what I do is when you take 10 paid for classes, not including ink, paper, scissors, because I track that separately, I just sent a PayPal for Stacy. The team donated, or not donated. The team was able to give a nice gift of cash and the flowers to the family. So thank you for that, Stacy. The class loyalty, I have maybe 1 or 2 people I need to reach out to yet, but otherwise I think almost everybody's signed up for using their classes, and some are waiting till January. But I had a lot of people use their free class on He's the Man. And so the He's the Man went fast, you guys. But this is what, just so you can know what's going on Thursday night, we're going to make these 4 cards. And this one's cool. It's like a little card inside of a card. And that flips up like that. And then this little guy here, which reminds me the most of Tyler. So, you guys, that's what's coming up on Thursday night. And then ink, paper, scissors will soon follow. Let's just stamp. There's a lot coming up. But we have Blue Christmas, and I'm going to do roll call really quick. Kat Birch, Shirley Malarkey, Linda Hunt, Penny Powell, Leslie McMinn, Donna Grushke, Karen Wetstein, Chris Dudarenke, Tammy Steckling, Feline Mays, Sherry Martin, Frances Rodriguez, Annette Rollin, Barbara Godby, Angela Knutson, Laura Sullivan, Sherry Everett, Vicki Rodriguez, Jennifer Jones, Elaine Rebeck, Doris Munson, Tundra Hudson, Lynn Beasley, Melody Miller, Mary Lemke, Jeannie Parker, Karen Stagg, Sue Spiegner, Sue Somerville, Sandy Wicklander, Deb Norman, Donna Jarman, Sharon Rush, Elaine Carlton, and then Elaine Rebeck signed up right after her, my 2 Elaines, Christina Bernards, and Bonnie Gravlin. And then I have 6 for tomorrow. And so, yay, it's a pretty full class. I do have kits left of this. I think there are 30. It's going to be close. I might have 1 or 2. So if you are interested in this class, just reach out to me and ask if I still have kits left. I know I made for 48, and I kept 1 set out for making the cards today. So that leaves 46, and 39 and 6 is 45, I think. And so I may have 1 to 2 left. So a lot of you guys are probably here and watching, so that's awesome. I will do a door prize drawing for people that place orders after we're done with class. And so that's awesome. I just realized that I have been slacking on drawing names for my card classes because I've got a little card pile up here, you guys. So instead of backing up on the back end, I backed up on the front end. So I have to go back and draw the names for these. There's 3 classes here. So I don't have any cards to announce for winners, but I will do that for Thursday. I'll try to do 2 classes. My plan is. So we have these 4 cards are what we're going to work on today. So I saw somebody in a news feed on Facebook do a Blue Christmas class. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm like, Crystal, you want to do a Blue Christmas class? And she loves blue. So like, I love purple. Crystal loves blue. So we did 4 different Christmas cards using 4 different stamp sets, all featuring, did I say that all blue, and 4 different stamp sets? That's basically what I was getting at. Candy canes with balmy blue, Joyful Flurry with the Tahitian Tide, and so I was teased that this is a purple tree. It's actually Starry Sky, so it is kind of purpley, but it's blue. It's supposed to be blue. I'm reading your comment, Frances Rodriguez. So I did read you. Oh, there goes Walk. Yep, Frances, I read your name. I was like, oh, that was already like 3 minutes ago. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm on to the next thing. So, but yes, I did read your name, Frances. And so with this Starry Sky, it looks blue, but then when you use the ink, it kind of makes it look lighter. So And so that's the one. And then this one is featuring Night of Navy with Merriest Moments. So pretty cool. I think we're going to start with this one. I think this one's going to be the easiest card to get us warmed up for a Monday. Or I should say, get me warmed up for a Monday. All right. So, all right, Mary Gunn, we'll see you on Friday. I already reminded everybody that we have Craft Roulette. Be there or be square. All right, so this one, you guys will have some gems in your kit. Don't lose them. Oh, I keep dropping that block. There are 3 little silver pearls in your kit. So people who get the class will have theirs in an envelope. I always put mine in these clear plastic things and use them over and over. Then you have a Night of Navy base, which you'll just have to burnish with your bone folder. Thanks for sharing, Sherry Martin. So there's that. Then you have the inside is on the top, so that will go in there. And then you should have 3 flowers that are in your kit. Those flowers are from the die set. This little stitched rectangle is actually from, I'm going to put some blocks here. Rolling everywhere. Let's put those there so I don't keep hitting them. The set that we're using is this Merriest Moments as a hybrid embossing folder with some dies. And we're going to use one of those sentiments out of there. So this stitched rectangle is part of the die set that comes with this. And you guys, you're going to start to see this a lot more and more. We're going to be strategic about cutting our any die cuts out of the middle of mats that we possibly can, because it saves paper. And we love saving paper. So just so you know that is how it's supposed to be. And then you'll have a brick mortar embossed white mat, which will be for your top. Thanks, Deb Norman. She said to hit the like button or the thumbs up. You'll also have this is what gets cut out. So Doris Munson reached out to me this morning. I saw her email. I haven't had a chance. I'm going to give her a call. She couldn't get it to do the die cutting out. So she has the embossing folder and she wasn't quite sure why it wasn't cutting out. So Doris, if you're watching, I'll give you a call when we're done here. You need to have Elvis singing Blue Christmas while you are making yes, you got it. I actually put Christmas music on in the Hive yesterday for the holiday open house. I did. You guys also will have a piece of mesh that is hopefully long enough for your card. We'll find out when we get there. I'm pretty sure it will be though. So what do we want to do first? What I think we'll do is you should grab your white ink pad and a dauber. And you're gonna lightly sponge some white ink around the edges of that. It will help make it look, okay, so here's a side by side. I have to run, I will finish watching another. Sounds good, Gwen, see you later. So you can see there is a difference. Like that has that little bit of white, it looks frosty over the top. So what you might do is just practice first on an area that's gonna get covered up to not have too much ink. And then you're just gonna lightly hover over those raised images. Just like that. And then just go around, and if you go too hard, it's going to just look really white. So you just want to be really like a light, soft, gentle touch. And that's about it. So it just adds a little bit of definition to the edges. I think that's all we have for the white. It saves on weight to mail by conserving paper. Well, you're so correct, Melanie Foy. You've got that correct. Yeah, it will. Right, especially if you do it on 2 or 3 mats. That's exactly a good way to look at it. Okay, we don't need this piece of paper, but what we're gonna do is grab our dimensionals, and I'm gonna pop up around the edges of the frame part. And then I think what I'll do is glue the middle flat. So you guys, I will honestly say I probably sound a little bit nasally. I can't deny that. It has been a lot of crying over this last week, and I didn't realize how congested it would make my nose be from crying. And so I just every day, like, just a little bit gets better. But yeah, okay, so I just did a bad thing. Oh man, so do you see what I just did? I put liquid glue right through the middle, not remembering that that's out of here. So be very careful. You're gonna have to do this in the middle of the air. You had a friend make a bunch of 5x7 fun folds and was told by the post office they needed 3 to, oh my gosh, that's a lot of stamps. So you guys, I'm gonna try to do this mid-air because I don't wanna set it down now. that did happen. So I'm going to try to get it so that my box here, this frame looks square. And then I'm going to try not to set anything down on there quite yet. Grab your tearing tape, and we're going to put a little bit of tearing tape along the edges. So 3 to 4 stamps is a little bit crazy. Like I would say that you would need that if it's considered a package, because packages are about $2 to $3, $4, $5. You can put your metallic mesh right through the middle and flip your tails over. They should catch. And then we're gonna put a little bit more over the top. I mean, if you get over a 1/4 inch for your envelope, I know for sure that they're gonna wanna charge you for a package versus an envelope. But if it's a 5x7, it shouldn't require more postage. It's a rectangle. It could have been that it was a square. If you mail square cards, they're more expensive than mailing a rectangle. I don't know why a square makes it more expensive, but it does. So that goes on here. So I just realized that I went way too high. So I'm gonna pull this off of here, and we are going to finagle this, you guys. So one moment. This might happen to you at home too. So I'm gonna pull this off. If I went to put that glue on there, it would have helped me big time. But one moment, please. We're gonna make it work. I'm up too high and too high in the bottom. So it's okay. This is what it's called surgery on your card. So we're gonna bring it down a hair. See if we can get this back. I did notice too, if anybody has, where if you possibly, I just noticed on mine, it's cut a little bit off. It's missing the roundedness. If that's the case, you just need to take your scissors and you just kind of make it a little bit more rounded versus cut off, and no one will ever notice that. Okay. And hang. So putting that glue on the back, I do not recommend that at all. Learn from what I just did there and don't put that glue there. All right, so I just rounded that. Let's test this just to make sure that that's gonna sit on here better. Okay, now we're good. Going back to putting our ribbon back down. And now let's try to do this again. And not have the little flowery thing or the leaf thing hanging over the edge. Okay, did you see that? I brought it down about 1/8 of an inch, so life is better. Now, if I lost some of my stickiness with these things, with the dimensionals, I can just put another one right there, and that'll help hold that. I think I lost my stickiness. The other thing you could do, if you don't want to use another dimensional, is you could just put a little bit of liquid glue right over your dimensional, and then that'll help it hold. So, all right, well, we're back in business. Whew, we had to do card surgery right away this morning. So you're gonna grab if you're using a photopolymer stamp set, you're gonna grab your piercing mat. And thinking of you this festive season is what I'm gonna put on the inside. So you can see mine are loved. They've been used a lot. And you're gonna grab your Night of Navy ink. And it's over yonder here. Grab it. And we'll stamp that thinking of you this Christmas season right in the middle here. You gotta be careful with the photopolymer stamps. If they're loved like mine, they sometimes lose their stickiness. They need a good washing, and then they might fall right on your paper. So just be careful. All right, so this is gonna go near the center. And then I don't even know if I have an inside. I don't even have an inside. So what are we gonna do? Let's use holly leaves or that thing right there. I think that could look good, and I probably have never used it, so that'll be good to use a stamp for the first time. So let's see if that stamped good. Oh man, it's really light. So it looks like my Night of Navy ink could use a good re-inking. So if you guys have never done that before, we're gonna teach you that. So grab your re-inker and you just spread it on your ink pad. It's like, this is Night of Navy. And we're gonna take our spoon and swirl it around. So there is a tip Tuesday on how to re-ink your ink pad. So this is what you're gonna do. Take a spoon and you just spread it back and forth so that you don't see those streaky lines. And for good measure, I'm gonna do it again because I didn't have a lot of ink the first time. And I wanna make sure it's inked up good. Or I should say, yeah, re-inked good. Just give it a haircut. Yeah, I could have. It would have looked wonky though. And I still had the means to be able to take it apart. And it made me feel like what Kathy Jackson would say, a card surgeon. It made me feel like a card surgeon. All right, let's try this again. We're gonna flip this over. I contemplated stamping it on the back first, but I thought, no, it looks good. Let's see what happens now. Oh yeah. So there's at the eye doctor, here's one and here's two. 1, 2. You guys can see it's a lot darker, which is awesome. Then let's go to our inside, and we had said we're going to put this, but let's see if there's a different sentiment. Let's put Season's Greetings. It looks like I don't use that one very often either. Let's see if that fits on here that way, just barely. Good deal. If I was smart, I'd get another piece of white and stamp my inside right away for the other one. Since I've got the blocks out and I got the ink out, I think I should do that, huh? All right, there's our inside. And let's see. Let's do it, right? As long as I'm here. This is 5 1/4 by 4 for our inside. And you guys get to see me not having to bring out the stamps again and redo this. So, oh, there we go. Now that's what my inside looks like for my sample. Good job. Or got that one in order. That's good. Life is good. And now we can do our assembly. Let's shut this up because I think this is good to go. I don't think we need navy anymore. And what we need to do is we're going to pop the sentiment one up and we'll glue the inside in. So pick all these little dudes off. And then a little liquid glue. This one came together really easy and nice, as long as you didn't have it up too high, right? So that goes on our inside. And then this will go right here, or in the middle. And then the silver flowers, that's what is going to make it pop. Having these little silver flowers. You could use liquid glue. I think what I'm going to do here is use the mini glue dots. And there's one on the corner here. And there's 3 sizes. So I'm going to put the bigger one and the smaller one in the bottom corner. And then put the medium one in the top corner. Have that guy over here. And then you have your 3 pearls. Your 3 silver pearls are from the festive pearls. I believe that they're actually carrying over. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now we didn't Stella anything. If we would have been on our A game, we would have Stellaed this whole white middle piece before stamping it. But since we did stamp it, we just won't go near where the ink is. But otherwise you could have stamped the entire thing. The other thing you could do, so if you Stella over this white, it kind of gets weird on you. So you could just maybe go around the frame here to add a little bit of Stella. Find something to Stella and Stella it up. Cool beans. Hi, Carol Alanis. That's what we've got. You guys, I didn't even write out the that's not even for that card. Haha. So we'll put this one back in here. And I did write out a recipe card. It was right here. So, but it was very incomplete. All right, we got one done, you guys. There's our first blue Christmas card using the merriest moments. So that one's a good one. And we'll keep on cruising. Which one do we want to do? Let's do the Snowflakes next. Hi, Sue Spiegner. Better late than never. That's what we say. Oh, you guys, I don't have an insight on that one either. So I might just work on that right away. All right, so let's clean our stamps though, because we're gonna put them away. Oh, you know what? I should leave these out. I have in-person class tomorrow. Ha ha ha. Let's do that so that I'm prepared for class tomorrow. Right? Be efficient, right? Right. I agree. I'm talking to myself, you guys. Okay. Next one then would be the Joyful Flurry using Tahitian Tide. I will be honest, I don't think I used this ink pad prior to this class. It's been out now for what, 6 months? I think we're gonna use, oh man, Happy Christmas. We'll need that one. We'll need this little dude. And we're going to use, I think this one is that guy. And I think that might be it, because we're not going to use the big one. All right, let's go with it. We'll see if we need anything else when we get going. So this one is in a kit that is so bright and cheerful with our Tahitian Tide. There's a little bit of the in color ribbon that should be in your kit. You'll have 3 rhinestones in your kit as well. There will be a piece of silver. These 2 little labels are in your kit. You have this die cut out snowflake, which these pop up. Okay. So you could take your pick tool and do that, or you could just use your fingers. But if you give them that little bit of help, they will pop up like so. And then what happens is when they're popped up, you get to see the silver below. So that silver will shine through at an angle. You see that silver. So that silver is just slightly smaller than what the white is. And then you'll have a Tahitian Tide mat that is slightly bigger than the white mat. You'll have 2 little snowflakes in your kit. You'll have a piece of vellum that just adds a little bit of texture, and you have 2 white pieces that are the same size. They're not quite a traditional mat. They're a little bit smaller. I think they're 5 3/16 by 3 15/16. So they're not a full size mat. And that I did them that way. When we were designing this card, we wanted to see more Tahitian Tide around the edge. Had we made them a traditional 4 by 5 1/4 mat, you would have seen less. And we really liked seeing it thicker. And so the inside mat then was made to be the same size so that you wouldn't be confused when you were opening up your kits. Then, remember, it's a horizontal card, and we need to grab this block here, put that on. We can use this one for that snowflake, and we'll go grab what's on the inside. It's a season of, Joyful Wishes. Boom. That one is going to be the winner chicken dinner. So we'll do that. And we need some blocks. And I think we might be good to go. So Joyful Wishes will be that. And then this little dude goes on that block. And we got those for the next card. Okay. So these are red rubber stamps. So I don't generally use a piercing mat when I use the red rubber. You guys look at the back of this. This was my original floor plan for the hive back in, I made this in March of 2020. It's my scrap paper. I found it. Finally made it down to the bottom of the drawer. So we're gonna need to stamp an inside. We'll stamp our snowflakes on the outside. So let's pull the Tahitian Tide, and these snowflakes are at varying strengths on the outside. A combination of first, second, third. So this first is really sharp. So I did a second and then probably a third. And then we'll do off, 1, 2. We're just creating a very cool background. So we'll do that one, that one. I know you can barely see the the third strength, but it's still providing some texture. And this is exactly what happens. If you guys notice what I just did, as I stamped this one at second strength, and then I did a third strength here. If you notice that ever happened to you before, where you get that extra dark line, that's the part that was overhanging and didn't make it to my scrap paper. So if you're ever gonna stamp off, here's your tip. If you're ever gonna stamp off like that, you need to go like this. You need to go stamp off, do your thing, but then if you want a third strength, you'd go 1, 2, and then do a third. You can't go straight to your paper like that. It doesn't work so good. Then there is one more snowflake. I think it's over my tote over here. And that snowflake can do the same thing. We'll do a stamp off and go right there. Now that whole one was on the paper, so now I'm safe to do a third one. So we're gonna go there. Just creating a background, filling it in. Do a third one there. Sneak a little one. Now anywhere where this is going, you don't have to do snowflakes because it's not gonna be seen anyways. We'll do a guy right there. Now the little baby snowflake, I'm gonna do him, I'm gonna stamp him at first strength. So he's very pronounced, and I'm gonna be strategic about where I place that on here randomly. And some on, some off, not consistent, just trying to look as random as I possibly can. Now that one I probably should have done it a little bit more off the edge, but that's okay. I'm gonna do this guy so he's kind of half peeking out. This one looks a little white to me, so I'm going to stamp off like third strength and fill in a little blue there. I'm gonna do the same thing up here, fill that in a little. We're just creating a wintry, blustery background. If you want less, do less. If you want more, do more. I'm gonna do one more of these guys right there. So that is what kind of came up with. Just creating a background. And again, don't waste your ink in the middle. Now for the labels, there, that says Happy Christmas. Oh, there's one that says Let It Snow. Let me get that one, hang on. I like Let It Snow. It's more versatile with the winter, because then you could turn it into a birthday card if you needed to. Hi, Sharon Land. I'm going to see what it looks like stamped there. I'm going to practice on the back first. And it needs to come down a hair. So I'll bring it down closer to the bottom. Good. So that's our Let It Snow. And then Joyful Wishes will be perfect on the inside because, again, that could be for anything. You want joy for somebody. Joyful Wishes. And then let's do the snowflake. It's so cool. Stamp it first, second, and now do the third is going to be really light, I think, but do a second. So stamp off, and then let's see what it looks like. I'm going to go right over the top of it. And in the background, it has the snowflake behind it. So the words are more pronounced because they're at first strength, and then that snowflake is at second strength. Now, there's another one you could do. The Joyful Wishes would go there. There's a bigger snowflake, this guy right here. We can see what that looks like as well. It might be too big, but go first, second. Oh no, first. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so that's another example of you could have the snowflake behind it, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna wait to glue this. Hi, Marsha Long. Let me know, do you like the big snowflake or the small snowflake? Big, small. All you gotta do is write big or small, and then I'll glue whatever side you like better up. Or I'll, you know what I mean? I'll do it what you want. There, I'm phoning a friend, polling the audience. How does that work? And I think that might be it. Oh, I should clean them, and then I'll get those out of the way. And bring that card base back in. So this is a little fun with Tahitian Tide. I think I used it for the launch party. Back in whatever month that was. Maybe June or May of last year, but I don't think that I've pulled out Tide since then. Okay, let's pull this back. And Tahitian Tide was a favorite of a lot of people. I see small, big, big. Big, big. Okay, I'm seeing more big so far. We're going to put a little bit of tear and tape. I'm seeing big, big. We're going to put a little tear and tape right through the middle of our vellum. I'm not going to worry about the edge. All right, so most of you guys are saying big. So I think what we'll do is we'll go with the big. The vellum gets put down right in the middle. It just, like, vellum makes things look frosty. And with a snowflake card, I thought that that helped. Then, this ribbon. I do not believe, if we fold this in half, I think we cut 10 or 11 inches. And you guys are probably wondering, oh man, she really didn't give us enough ribbon. And I thought about this. And I'm like, I asked Mom, I asked Diane, do I cut everybody 2 more inches or do I keep it where it is? And they said, no, this is a good exercise for teaching you guys how to conserve ribbon. So, oh yeah, Deb, I remember this was your favorite color. So the trick I'm teaching you here is it might use a little bit more tear and tape, but I personally believe that tear and tape is more expensive than ribbon. So I'd rather use a couple extra pieces of tear and tape than to cut more ribbon. So that tear and tape is going to go there, and this one's going to go here. So this ribbon, if you were at home, and I think I wrote this in the instructions, if you guys are at home, you probably would have cut yourself 3 more inches or 4 more inches. But when I was cutting 48 of them, times 2 inches is 96 inches. That's like 4 feet, right? So to save 4 feet, I'm going to teach you guys something. I want to show you what I would do with this ribbon. I would take this and put it on the end and then bring it at an angle over here and loop this back and go like that. And you can make this as wide or as thin as you want. Okay? So cut that. Well, and you could have just cut your ribbon in half first. That would have worked fine too. So there's the one, and we'll come back and we'll put more tear and tape on that. And then here's the other one. And now you have even extra ribbon, I bet. But before we tape it, we're going to check it out. Because ultimately, this is going to go here like that. And now and actually like that extra inch could have gone away because now that's going to get thrown away. But this is a way, so you're not putting any ribbon double there. So it saved, that is probably 1 3/4 inches, 3.5 inches on everybody's. So that's just a trick that I wanted to make sure you guys know about saving ribbon. I mean, yes, it's a good thing. Go buy more ribbon if you want to. But especially if you're getting down to the end of the roll and you can't get any more, this is a perfect way to conserve your ribbon, not putting it where it doesn't need to be. So tear and tape next. Let's make sure we make our sandwich here on the back side. And then we're going to cover it up on the front side here too, just to make sure it doesn't come out later in life. That would be good. Patty Skiba likes that tip. Yay. So you got to make sure that you put some tear and tape over the top just to make sure that that doesn't come undone later. And I'm going to leave this on because this is going to get popped up and I don't want it sticking there. So we're just going to leave that. And then this gets a little bit of liquid glue. And you guys, I believe that the majority said big. So we're going to go with big. Like the movie Big with Tom Hanks. And then we'll glue this. Of course, I got glue. Figure out which side you want to put up. I'm going to put that little snowflake. No, I like these little snowflakes like that up. Again, you're going to see a little bit more Tahitian Tide because the white mat was cut a hair smaller than a traditional mat. And then you guys voted for big. So we're going big or we're going home. Or we're doing both. And then let's get this out of here. What I would do for the foil, because it's very like sleek or slippery, it doesn't glue well with liquid glue. I would actually take, you can see that there's no die cutting in those 4 corners. So I would take on the silver, I would take these and put a mini glue dot on each of the corners. So these dies don't cut out a shape per se, they just cut out this detail. So you'd have to have a circle, or you'd have to have a square. And then this, you're just gonna wanna put the silver right in the center. And I don't know if I popped up. Oh, I did pop up. So I popped up back here. And grab those dimensionals. You could put it flat. I know that some people don't like to put as much height there, so it keeps the card thinner. And then this will go onto the Tahitian tide. Let's go this way. So I should have tested it out before I put my adhesive on. It didn't work to go one way, I noticed. It was a little bit less, so I put it the other way, and then I should have a little bit more blue border. But with that being said, you guys should, before you glue, if you need to trim off a hair off of one of these white sides, you could do that if you needed to. I still could have done it if I would have grabbed out my trimmers. I could have easily trimmed aside, but it worked going the other way. Penny Powell, ripping that off for you. Then this is going to go in the center. You could pop it up, or you could glue it flat. I guess I will pop it up. And I'm going to get to the end here. When you get to the end of your dimensional sheets, you guys don't hesitate to cut them smaller and use every one of these little ad hoc dimensionals all the way around. Now I got them all cut, ready to go. We're going to put them on like that. And then that's going to go onto your card front at like a diamond. Oh man, which one? We're going to go, it was really hard to cut these out to get them just exact. I think I'm going to go like that. And your diamond should hit like the white here. And I think that was another reason why we cut the white paper the size we did, because it allowed for each point to hit the blue. So it hit the border just nicely. Then you have your Let It Snow and your Happy Christmas. And I would put a little bit of liquid glue along the bottom edge, and you're gonna catch. So you could put this down here, you could put it up here, you could offset it however you want to. I'm gonna offset it so that you can see blue on the right and the bottom. You could even cut it in half and done half and half on the top and the bottom. And because I've got a lot of popping going on, I think, no, I am going to pop this up. And we're just gonna put a couple back here. That goes right through the center then, so that covers up that little area. And you can center it, you could make it offset, whatever trips your trigger. Just get it on the card and make it work. And then if these things don't want to stay out, you could take your pick tool, but when you mail it, it's gonna end up getting squished flat too. But it's really cool to see it when they're popped up. And then you have some snowflakes. And these snowflakes could definitely get stellaed. And I'm gonna stella that side. And then do this one. If I was thinking, I would have done this whole white one right here. Just add a little bit of sparkle to your life. Hi, Linda Hall. Hope you're doing well. If you want to do a little bit of these labels, you could. Now, I just started my Stella pen the other day, so I gotta get a little bit more Stella work down. And then I would use, I think, the mini glue dots to put your snowflakes on. And I've got one up over here, and then there's one over here. And what happens then is, right now there's nothing holding this vellum down, because you would definitely see it. But what you could do to hold the vellum down now is you could put a glue dot right behind where that snowflake is, and it will help hide it so that you don't see it. So this one would go over here then. Now the top is pretty glued, but the bottom, you know what? It's not going anywhere. It's not gonna come apart, so don't worry about it. And then I've got, so this one, I fortunately had a snowflake that was right there. now I don't. So instead of putting this here, which I think it wouldn't look so hot, I'm gonna put it right there still. And then you have some small diamonds. Those can go right in the middle of your snowflakes. A very bright, cheerful, fun snowflake card. In line for Blue Christmas. I do love the Let It Snow a lot. This could be a birthday card, a thinking of you card, a thank you card, a get well card, you know, just changing up the sentiment on the inside. It could be whatever you need. If you're down south and you don't have snow, you can always send it to a friend up north. Okay, we got 2 done. Woohoo! So we're gonna do the candy canes next. Let's flip this, put this one over here. Thanks, Linda Hunt. And this one, we'll go back here. And we're gonna, this one was so cool. So Gina Bulow, who's a good friend of mine and on the team, she did a display board for the Winter Creative Escape, and she made this card in purple. So cased her card and made it blue for the It's a Blue Christmas class, which is awesome. You guys, this one is going to make you feel like you're back in 2nd grade. Unfortunately, if that wasn't a cool thing for you, you might not like it. But all in all, I think you're going to be happy when your card is done. It's a lot of piecemealing. Just saying, there's a lot of piecemealing. With this little strip right here, it gets glued on to that candy cane. So you got that little strip in your kit. You have your Balmy Blue mat with your candy cane already cut out of the middle. A big shout out to Karen Wetstein, you guys. She helped me do the card buffet in the past, and then she offered to help with another class. So she did all of your die cutting and your embossing, you guys. So give a big hand to Karen for helping. She cut your die here out of the middle. And then you'll have this little snowflake. Tammy Sokolic cut these off for you. She did not pop them out. I told her she didn't need to. I figured you guys could all pop your own out. This is part of those wonderful snowflakes. So that matches really nicely with the iridescence. You'll have your 3 little rhinestones in your kit. You'll have this little label, which is from the All That dies. So we'll stamp on that in a second. You should have 2 of these glimmer leaves from the red and white glimmer paper. So those will be there. And then you have a piece of shimmery white, which is for the background of behind the candy cane. You have some iridescent trim, white inside, and a balmy blue mat. Lots of pieces, you guys. If you ever wonder what comes in my kits, you get everything that I just showed you. That is the kit. The only thing I do not send you are stamps, ink, and adhesive. You have to supply all your own stamps, ink, and adhesive. So, in case you're wondering, people ask me, well, what do you all get? Like, you get the ribbon, the embellishments, everything to make the card. And then what we do with stamping here is what you need to have extra to make the magic happen. So you're going to need some balmy blue ink and a blending brush for this. And you can see that it's darker underneath where the candy cane is, and it works its way out and then becomes lighter. So ink up and start in that bottom kind of left area and work your way out. And that will make it darker in that area and then lighter as you work your way out. So you got to keep going back and grabbing ink. It's kind of like a sunburst look. So I'm gradually making my circle bigger, but always going back and starting in that middle section underneath where the candy cane is. And if you're wondering, well, how much do? You just keep going until you see as much blue as you want. You see my circle's getting bigger and bigger. It's going to get darker and darker in that middle. But you can also go and add a little swirly Janes over on the side here. That little corner. So balmy blue is one ink color that I have a hard time with blending. Like, it just doesn't like to get dark very fast. And I even got a brand new balmy blue ink pad, and it still is just a little light, but it's getting the trick. It's putting the blue background. If you're curious what it's going to look like, you could start to set your things on there and see how you'll see it. If you think, oh, I need more color, you just go back and add a little more color. So I'll bring out a little bit more on this outer perimeter here. Just make that circle a little bit bigger. I think you'll be happier if you do. Yes, the shimmer white is like an off-white. It definitely is. If you look, you can see a difference. This one's more creamy, shimmery white, but it's got little sparkles in it. Super cool. I think I'm happy with that. But the thing is, you're not done, because these little guys, I did add a little bit of blueness to them. I don't know if I wrote that in the instruction. I might have forgotten. But you can take and add a little bit of blue ink to these guys. There. So that just gave them a tint of blue with your blending brush. I noticed too. If you ever get something die cut from me and potentially it's, I'm glad that I got these. Something like this is potentially, let's see if you can see it. You can see that the edge is slightly, that's where you just give it a haircut. All you need to do is take your scissors and round it a little bit, and whoever gets the card will never know that it was kind of cut a little bit too short on that one, because look at that. I just rounded it slightly and you can't even see that now. So just know, if you ever do get something, I know that my gals do an amazing job and they try their best. And sometimes it's really hard when you have things close on the machine that you, oh, we're not done with the ink, that they might jump ship a little bit. We need to stamp a sentiment. So that comes from the Sweet Candy Canes. Candy cane wishes and mistletoe kisses. That's what I'm going with here. And the saying is, wishing you lots of love, joy, and happiness this Christmas season and always. That's what I like. So we're going to do that. And this needs that block. I'm definitely going to stamp on the back first. And I took a lot of ink from the middle, so when I go to ink this up, I'm going to stamp on the back first just to see what it looks like. I learned my lesson on the last one. Oh, yeah, that's good. So I keep going to the corner, though, because there's more ink on the corner. Okay, so we got our candy cane kisses and mistletoe wishes. Then we will need to grab a candy cane too. We're gonna do that one. I'm gonna go grab a long skinny block and another D block, I think. That's perfect. And then this can go on here, and we'll grab the sheet, because when you stamp the candy cane, it might go off the edge a hair. I'm gonna have him lining up over on the edge here. Oh, I should have stamped the sentiment first. Let's see if I can get it straight, haha. Otherwise, we're gonna flip it over and do the candy cane over again. I can live with that. That looks good. Yay. So that's, I think, everything with the Balmy Blue. We'll go ahead and get this cleaned off. You guys, I'll be all set for class tomorrow. So exciting. All the blocks. Normally, you guys see me with all the blocks already out with the stamps on them. Today, I had nothing set out ready. I think that, are you guys ready to see some assembly on this card? Woo, there's a lot going on. It looks really messy, but I'm going to show you a way to make it work very easily. This can get glue. Let's flip that over. Get that on the inside of our card. One last thing to think about. And then we are going to put that little label on our candy cane, just hanging out right here. So it'd be my advice. I'd put this here, and I'd put it on with a dimensional right in the middle, and that's it for right now. And I want my candy cane to be at an angle like that, and my candy cane sentiment to go so it looks like that. So the candy cane's a little crooked. That's what I was going for. Now I would work on this little strip. Now this is what's going to take the most time. And the reason I put the label on first is because, all right, Linda Hall, we'll see you later, because I didn't want you to have to worry about putting any right here. I would take my liquid glue. You have two options. You can either glue the candy cane and then set this into it, or you can glue this right here and just don't over glue. I think either. I'm going to try it both ways. So for right now, I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there. And then I'm going to set this in it all the way to the edge so that I'm only cutting off a little bit. I'm going at a diagonal. You gotta be careful that you don't put too much glue down. So as it oozes out. This is where I meant you'll feel like you're in second grade. You're gonna be piecemealing this together with this little strip. So that little strip is it's like 1/8 of an inch. I tried not to make it more than it, but some might have had a little hair smaller. You're gonna take that and then you're gonna take and just trim it. So that's one and done, not done, close. Then you're gonna do another one. So if it works better to glue the candy cane, do that. If it works better to put the glue on the back of the white, do that. Ultimately, adding a little bit of glimmer to your candy cane is gonna make all the difference. Because right now, if you look at that, it's boring. When you add that white glimmer, exciting. I'll take that. And I haven't had guinea pigs do this yet, so we shouldn't call them guinea pigs. We call them the guineas. The guineas come to class tomorrow. So let's see. I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to do it super close right here. I'm not going to worry about this side quite yet. Only worrying about this side. And again, you cannot use a lot. You can't have a lot hanging over the edge. So this is perfect. My line was, I put it right up flush to the edge. And then when we cut this, we're gonna flip this over. I didn't waste any there. I love it when I don't waste anything. And then we're gonna do another one here. Just not a lot of glue. I have that go right up to the edge again. I'm holding it with my finger here so it doesn't wiggle around on me. And then trim that guy. And I'm gonna make a bigger jump now. So those two are close together. On this next one, I'm gonna jump a little bit and go straight across here, like that. And use a long piece. So you all started off with 6 inches, I believe. And that side looks good. And then we're gonna need another one close together here. Like that. Huh? Deb said that they were easier than she thought they would be. So that's good. I'm happy that they were easier than what you thought. They look like they would be a pain in the butt, but it's just the trick is not to overly glue, right? And we're running out of white, but we're gonna be okay. As long as you don't leave a lot overhanging, you should be okay. Like on this one, I'm gonna have to trim that little bit, and I'm gonna need another one here to finish off that line. Oh man. Again, don't leave a lot of it hanging over, as minimal as possible. Get that right to the edge. So that's gonna be the extension of that line. And then now you gotta get that little one snipped. And then I think you have enough to do 2 more, maybe 1. We'll see once what happens. I know that I did that one using the 6-inch strip. And this one will go here. Oh yeah, we got this. So I guess my advice here is this little that could come down a hair and be more centered between that and that one. Perfect. And then I have one little bit left. I know that I just cut, oh, there it is. This on the top can have one little bit right there. And we're gonna round off the top with the last one. Again, I hope Deb did. Do you have enough, Deb, when you did yours? I hope so. You didn't say that you didn't. So hopefully you did. And then I did say that that was going to be the most tedious part of this card. So that just gets, and that's what I did. Okay, it was purposely done this way so that so that you guys all would have a similar looking candy cane without having to like do any stamping. This way it was all put together. Like you could put it together. Like you didn't have to stamp anything. And Karen didn't have to do extra die cutting. So that was the goal. Now that that's done, we need to get the ribbon behind there. So I would take some tear and tape. Have some weighting in the wings as well. I'm going to run that tear and tape right back here. And there's a loose end over here and a tail over here. A tail. Oh, let's see if I might not have. Okay, so we're going to have to cut this in half. All right, no worries. Take this, cut it in half. And now we should have enough. We're going to do a loop and a tail. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually, instead of trying to go all the way to the middle of the candy cane, we're going to go from our label and try it from the label. Because we don't need to go all the way to the middle of the candy cane. Oh, Deb had enough. Good. Right, so from the edge of the label, make your loop, make your tail. Good? That's what we got going on. You're not going to have enough to go across the whole back. Again, ribbon conservation. Then on this one, I've got the loop on the bottom and then a tail coming out that side. Don't worry about the little blue leaves. We'll get them snuck in there in a second. There. I think I'm going to grab a new piece of tear and tape. Put that over the edge. And our candy cane is going to need some dimensionals, so let's put those on. This iridescent trim is pretty thick, you guys. Like you do not need to put any more dimensionals where that ribbon is. And then that will go there and that. So this is all about the same height now. That's what we've got. So far, so good. You can still finagle this stuff if you need to. You feel like you're a florist, a floral arranger-esque kind of person. And then this balmy blue is embossed in painted textures already. There's nothing that is stopping us right now from gluing that. So let's get that glued onto the card base. That. And then this, I popped that up with dimensionals. So let's go back to our sheet here. Again, you guys, anytime you do popping or flat, it's always popping is a personal preference. Once you pop, though, it's hard to stop. One of my favorite things to do is pop things up on cards. Other people would pick Stella. I would pick dimensionals. Oh, Deb, you had enough that you didn't have to cut the cording. Okay. Well, that I didn't. So I must have either gotten a short piece or something happened. But you guys, if you have enough, great. You don't need to do the finagling. But if you had a short piece of ribbon like I happen to have, that's how you would do it. We're going to save that for later in life. And we're going to pick these off. We're almost there. This card is coming together. We have to get this little snowflakey down. I think what I'll do is a glue dot for this as well. Right in the middle. And that's all I'm going to do to put that down. I'll just got it over here. I think that one goes out like that. Then this goes in the middle of it. I like that one. I want to see that tail coming out. Oh, it's not sticking. Hang on one moment, please. Let's try this again. We're going to put that like that. And then now when the candy cane goes down, it's going to really hold that snowflake down. And then these guys, we didn't forget about them. They just go in last. They're too much to figure out like in the beginning. So now that we have them, we're going to put a glue dot in the front and the back. And we're going to sneak them in there. And you might have to trim the tail a little bit. And you might have to pull this up just a hair. But we're going to get them in here. No problem. Because now we know where they need to go. And I guess if they're too long, fold it over and make it shorter. And we're not done. It's very not secure at the moment. It's looking nice, but it's not very secure. So let's just cut that a little bit. I'm going to get a glue dot. I'm going to put some on the front and the back. And then we're gonna sneak this in here as well. Just kind of lightly lift that up. Okay, but now it's all flippy floppy. It's all not good. So the trick for that, my friends, is glue dots. Because I bought this one pretty steady now. So this looks a little rough. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a glue dot and put it on the back. And I think there's another glue dot right there. We're gonna help make this more secure. Putting a couple glue dots down there will help hold that in place. You could even put another glue dot right underneath here. I think I missed it. Put it underneath here so it holds onto the ribbon. Find a little spot and it'll stick to the ribbon. And this side needs some help as well. Open it, like lift it up. Get a glue dot down there. So that ribbon does make it pretty thick. But we're just gonna get that guy. He didn't want to stay, so he's gonna go up there. Okay, when you got it good, squish it down. Let's see how. I think a little bit more right there. I'm wondering, let's grab a piece of tear. Oh, this little baby tear tape. That's gonna be perfect. We're gonna put that right down here. And it wasn't even there. Go on. I have no idea where that went, but let's grab a new piece. Let's stick this right underneath here. Come on, you little guy. No, Kathy Jackson would say you're a card surgeon again when you're doing something like this. The tear and tape wouldn't come off. We're gonna get that whole piece right there. I'm struggling. That struggle bus is real right now. I'm gonna get that. Wow, Jiminy Crickets. Ah! Penny, I didn't have my glue dots in their storage spot. Okay. That is just, I'm gonna go back to that glue dot. 1 second. That one was not happy. He stuck where he shouldn't have. He's going to get grounded. Let's put this back down in here. So it's like it's not sticking to the, that shimmer paper. It doesn't want to stick to it. I don't know if it's because there's ink on there. All right, there's that. And then we're going to put a dimensional right there. Okay, I think that it looks exactly how it needs to be. And with a little bit of finagling, you guys, that's pretty much, it was easier like to do this than it was to put that all together, but that turned out really good. I think I ended up getting glue right there, so let's get that off of there. And then we need to put our diamonds on. There is going to be a big one and a small one for you guys, I believe. And then you'll have another small one to put down here somewhere. I think we made it. Oh, so you guys, you can see that I struggled too with stuff. It wasn't sticking, these, whatever gooey things weren't sticking to the shimmer paper for some reason, but now they are. So I think we're good to go. GTG. Yay. Wishing you lots of love, joy, and happiness this Christmas season and always. Love it. I didn't even have to trim my ends. Perfecto changeo. One more, and I think it's going to be, I like this one a lot. I like this layout, but I think that this last one, it's like a purpley starry sky. So cool. Let's get that one ready to go. Actually, we don't need Orchid Opulence. Oh man, lots of little scrapperonis over here. This one is your starry sky base, so grab that out. It's a fun fold, yay. You've got some more silver pearls in there. And this is what our card is going to look like, for the most part. I gave you guys an extra mat for the inside, so we'll talk about that in a second. So this one can go back here. This one can go here. And that can go here. Perfect. In this kit, you guys will have some more shimmery white paper. Yay! I wonder if that's glue. Yep, maybe. Okay, you have a shimmery white snowflake. You have a silver tree topper. You have a white shimmery tree. Oh, you guys, I forgot to tell you. you're gonna have to start poking on that stuff. While I talk and go over stuff, you can start poking out all of these little innards of, they're not all gonna pop out, but there are a bunch. And the shimmer white paper, like kind of acts as a, it's such a thick paper, they don't kind of just fall right out. And I do not ask my helpers that do die cutting to poke out all your pieces, you guys. I think that is too much to ask of them. They get them cut out and they get them to a point where that they're free, but it's on everybody else to do what I'm doing right now. Hi, Cindy Runtree. All right, then halfway there. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my finger right behind, and then they kind of stick to my finger. Just don't poke yourself and make yourself bleed. That would not feel good. And this one we're going to get to use a blending brush again. So make sure you have your blending brush handy. And we're going to go right up here and get these last ones out. It just looks super cool because you are going to make your tree blue or purple-esque, and then you're going to see white through it. When you poke it from the back, it's a lot easier to see which needs to get poked out. All right, you got some diamonds in here. You've got a little white banner or like label. You've got an embossed white Starry Night, a DSP, a Merry Melody, I think, and then a gray granite. You'll have a little slip of ribbon, and I'm gonna try to get all those in the garbage at the same time. You've got your gray mat, and so I double matted for you guys. In your kit, you're gonna have it like this, where my sample, you're only gonna see it like that. I just thought it looked really cool having the basic gray as a, or the gray granite as a double mat. All right, we need our tree. We need this. We need an inside. It says the May, that one. Okay, this set, this is a super sweet. So the tree itself and the dies come from the Christmas light set, and then the sentiments come from the Brightest Glow set. So we're gonna use this one and Season's Greetings, and we will need another block and another block. I did, on the top of this, it's sponged with a little bit of white ink. Shoo, let's do that because it just helps to make it stand out a little bit. So you would have your dauber from the first card that you did. All you need to do is pick whichever side you want and lightly hover over, and it will add definition to the painted texture, like the cracks and the creases. Don't go too hard though. It just adds a little bit of definition to it, which is all you need. So I didn't even have to ink up anything there. Then let's do a little bit of work here. Your base is already folded in half. Oh, Linda likes poking out. It's very relaxing. You know, others have said that too. And then this one, it doesn't fold back. It actually folds in. This will be your mat for there. And then this is going to be your mat. Now, you can see here, my mat here is not the same mat as this one, but it looks very similar. So Sun Prints has a bunch of gray patterns, and they are very interchangeable. So some got this gray pattern, and some got that gray pattern, and they both look nice. And what you can do is glue, and then grab your music notes too. And we're gonna do a triple glue session here. Make ourselves glue happy. That one, that one, that one. So our music notes will go on the gray granite piece that's here. If you think that you want to trim, so I'm looking at this, I made sure that 3 of my sides are the same. I'm going to trim off a hair on that top side. And then this one goes on that top panel. This one will go on the bottom panel. And then if you want to grab your trimmers, let's say you want to trim this just a hair, you can do that. That works in case it was a little bit longer than you like. Then you have to look at your music notes and find the clef note, I believe, is this. So that's telling me it needs to go this way. And what I'm going to do is put dimensionals at the top and in the middle there, and then I'm gonna flip it over and do 2 along the bottom. So that allows me to not go over the edge. And we can get this centered right on the card front. Like that. And then that will be ready for us for when we're ready to finish it off. I think that let's do some blending, and then I'll get up and get some more blocks. So we have the starry sky, and you need a piece of paper again, and you've got these 2 things, and it's going to take a little bit to get it as dark as you want it to. It starts off really light, and then you kind of do like an ombre look. So start at the bottom. You're going to work your way up. Get a little more ink. Go at the bottom. Now, the darker you want it, it's going to get more blue. And then you kind of ombre up to the top. So at this moment, you can see it looks a little bit darker on the bottom, and then it gets a little bit lighter. Now, do you want more? More. Just add more then. You can make it darker. You can't make it lighter. But just remember, as you go up, you want to just be adding a little bit, or maybe you just keep adding the darkness to the bottom here. So that is kind of the thought. And you can see that one's a little bit darker, a little bit more blue, where that one looks a little more purple. It all depends on your ink pad. And then you can do the same thing with your snowflake. Add a little bit of color to the sky. It's really hard to do the ombre with this little snowflake, so just get some color on it. If you're happy with this, be good. And then what we can do is, as long as we have the ink open, we're going to stamp. We need another 2 blocks here. We're gonna put the season's greetings here, and then the Christmas here. And I'm gonna do the Christmas one first. See if I get it straight. Oh, wow, that was actually really straight. Okay, let's try it again though, because I noticed there was a little spot. There's a little spot up there. So we're gonna bring it around to the other side. And then pick which side we like better. That one. And then my season's greetings, if you guys remember me from the Lights Aglow class, my season's greetings is upside down. It is, because the seasons is over here, but it shouldn't matter. We're gonna practice on the back first. And then now we can go to the front, give it another good inky dinky do. And I think that's it for stamping. Cool beans. So we need this over here, and this can go back here. Our inside will get glued. So this is important. You test it, make sure it looks good. And then this can get glued onto our great granite mat. Like that. That can get glued on the inside, flat. So grab that. And then this little guy, I would put a dimensional, like I got the 1/2 and 1/2 is perfect. You want the whole thing to have that. And I would not put it so that, I would put it so that not the peak is up. I would put it, I think as much as I want the peak to go up, I think it would get squished more. So I'm gonna put it so that the 2 kind of go like that. And then that will catch it like that. Perfect. Tree glued flat. If you want to try to pop it up, you can, but there's holes everywhere. So I'm going to try to put glue in strategic places and not everywhere. And then that gets put down to the Merry Melody embossing folder. And the ribbon, the gray ribbon, I see my star. I had gray ribbon. Here it is. Oh my gosh, it's way over on the side. The little star, I think I would just put a glue dot behind there. It's too small of a little area to try to even think about popping up. But that little silver stars from silver foil paper, that goes right on the top of the tree. And then I would use tear and tape on the back of my label. So grab a piece for waiting in the wings. And that goes along the bottom. You could fold this in half and like slightly offset it. I've got it underneath the T-I-N. Bingo was his name. Oh, just kidding. And then a little bit more tear and tape right over the top. And I think I want that popped up. So let's grab the dimensionals again. You guys, I'm to the end of the sheet. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it though. We're gonna put one there. Oh man, we're just gonna use them just to use them, right? Why not? Then I can be done with the sheet. I mean, we did cut them off and cut them pretty small. I'm not taking off where that waxy tape is. I'm just gonna leave that on. And then this is gonna cut right through our tree. I noticed that there's one little hole that needs to get poked out on that. Good riddance in garbage to the last card, last sheet there. Woohoo! And then we gotta trim our ribbon tails. You guys, no bows on these cards. Kept it simple. So we're gonna put that like that. Trim that guy like that. Grab your rhinestone. Oh, there's silver pearls. There should be 3 of them. Got 1, got 2, and then I should have a 3rd one hanging around here somewhere. Where it went, I don't know. I did see 3 when I went through originally, but that's a glue dot. Okay, I don't know if I see another one, so I might just go grab one more. Oh, there's like these little white things got everywhere, you guys. So you're going to have a little hot mess. Your cat or your dog's going to have these things hanging underneath its belly. And they're going to bring them all over your house. Because that's what pets do. They share the love. I don't know if I see. Okay, let me go grab another silver pearl. And that one can go right there. Stella. Oh, if I would have thought of it, I would have done the label. So I'm seeing here, did you see what happened is my dimensionals hanging? You guys, it's not sticking to the glimmer. You got to really squish it down good. But my side here actually needs a double stuff like on the side just because or it needs to be off of the side. Because it's trying to catch this bottom layer and it shouldn't. So I'm gonna leave it, take that guy off of there. And that's better. And then that comes up. And Stella. I would have done the label. Would have tried to Stella that before stamping it. Again, you've always got to stamp that label before you got to Stella the label before you stamp it. Otherwise it'll smear. But like your tree is so glittery that you probably don't need to Stella a lot more, I'll be honest with you. It's so cool. It's just a fun layout. Nice little easel card. Just different type of fold. Opens up, made. So do you guys agree that the double mat on the inside is worth it? It's an extra piece of paper. Yeah, you could have cut something out of it, but when you have this down, the gray really complements it nicely, where here you have the white. Okay. And my sample here, I put mine on just slightly crooked. I could tell that in the picture when I did the cards, you guys. So try to get your label on as straight as possible if you can. That would be nice. I think we got it. KKK. All right. That's what we've got. Okay. We have Blue Christmas here for you guys. Linda Hunt says she loves it. Good. I'm glad that you love it. We have our 4 cards that we did for the Blue Christmas here. that they actually came together really easily. I was a little bit worried that they were going to take longer, but honestly, you guys, we flew through these cards really fast. I feel like it was an hour and 20 minutes we made these 4 cards. And I struggled with that one for a few more minutes than I needed to. So I'm glad that they turned out pretty good. And you guys, these were my notes. So this is all I wrote for my recipe card for that one blue card. I completely did not make that recipe card yet. But the PDF tutorial's written, so that's always good. Do you guys have a favorite? I always like to know which one you like the best. I said that I think I like this one the best. Oh, my fingers are blue too. I like this one, but I also like this one a lot as well. I like that guy. Cindy said she likes the inside double matte. Absolutely. That really, I love how the gray comes down. It kind of like completes it. So that's good. Donna loves all of them. Yay. Very cool. I like, oh, there's my, you guys, look at that. There's my silver pearl. I was like, I knew I saw 3 of them in here. So I went and grabbed another one. It's always there. I know that it is. I'm like, I knew we cut one. So now that has to go back in with the silver pearls, a loosey-goosey in the bottom. Okay, that's how that goes. All right. Let's see here. My comments keep going away. We're going to have to do some quick figuring out for numbers to see who placed orders to get the class for free. So Penny Powell, if you're watching, you're number 1. And Tammy Steckling, you're 2. Sherry Martin is 3. Francis is 4. Angela's 5. Laura's 6. Vicky is 7. Elaine is 8. Lynn is 9. Melody is 10. Mary Lemke, you're 11. Karen is 12. And Donna, you're 13. Donna Jarman. Sharon Rush, you're 14. Elaine Carlton, you're 15. Elaine, you're 16. And 17 to Bonnie Gravlin. So I just realized that Elaine Rayback took this class twice. So I think I might have to have her pick out a different one. In case I only give her one set maybe. I'm glad I just realized that Elaine was on the list twice. So Elaine, if you're watching, I have to figure that out. Elaine Rebeck, that is. I think that we have 17 people, you guys. And actually, because Elaine did, and she did take 2 orders to get this class, so I'm going to keep her in twice. Sometimes people do that. Mary Lemke does that a lot. She'll get a class twice. So Penny Powell is still here. Yay. All right. You guys, we're going to flip down to random number generator. And we're going to see. We have 17 people. And we're going to see who the winner chicken dinner is. Drum roll. Brrr, yay. 16, Elaine Reback. All right. Lucky Duck winner. Elaine, we kept her there and she won. I'm like, well, what are always the chances? 1 in 17, right? So Elaine, I will have a door prize for you. I mentioned to you guys, I don't have any class cards because I didn't think to pull the names for the winners, to draw winners. So we'll have a double class giveaway of cards on Thursday night at the end of He's the Man. I did, you guys, I don't know if you noticed it, but last night in the wee hours of the morning, I got the clue number 1 published and the Facebook event created. And so I added clue 1 to my website for mystery card night, you guys. So clue number 1 is ready for you. If you want to go look for it, it's on my website. The date of the mystery night is the 19th of December. So clue 1 is out there. It is a fun fold. So excited, you guys. We've never done one like this. For a mystery card night. I don't remember if we did one for a class or not, but yeah, it can be fun. You guys are like, it's fun. It really is fun. So that is the 19th. So that class is 2 weeks from tonight, basically. So you've got some time to pull your clues together. I was just trying to work on things to get things. I know the next few weeks are going to get crazy with classes, so I wanted to get mystery card night published. There will be an email coming out about it. I think I scheduled it. If I'm not mistaken, I scheduled it for Friday or Thursday. So you guys will see the Facebook event come out, and then you'll see an email come out. The website is updated, so you can find all the details when you have a minute. Okay. Oh, Francis said it was a fun class. Yay, I'm happy that you liked it. Okay, you guys. I'm so happy I found that silver pearl. I knew it was around. So you got to be careful, you guys. I'm noticing that the silver pearls are not wanting to stick to the glimmer paper. I was just finagling with this one. The glimmer paper, you got to press them down really hard so that adhesive bonds to the glimmer paper. Otherwise, they're going to come right off. So just be careful with that. So, what the adhesive on this glimmer paper is not sticking as good. So just so you know, maybe some liquid glue would help. Oh, thanks, Elaine. Yes, congratulations to Elaine Rebeck. Okay, you guys, I think that's it. 2:45, we did good. I'm going to start planning and prepping Christmas cards, you guys. I've got that. My helpers are going to help me make Christmas cards this year. So I have to get things designed and ready, though. So I'm working on that. I'm working on the fitting florets and the ringed with nature. Those 3 things are the must-dos for this week, along with a video for you guys on those swap cards. So, yeah. All right. I'm so happy you guys could join me for today. Again, if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, make sure you hit subscribe and then set your notifications to follow me so that you are notified when I go live again. Thanks, Sharon Land. We have our holiday open house tonight, so I think I have 8 coming for that. And if you guys want to stay tuned, I will at some point do the make and takes from the holiday open house along with those swap cards. So I will be getting to that. So those are all the to-dos this week, you guys. Some big things to get done. So stay tuned. Thanks, Deb. You too. Lots of